today's video, let's see how to make akki sandge or rice frams. This is similar to papad or hapla, which gets dried in the sun, and it is stored all over the year. To make this, the main ingredients are rice and sabudana. The proportion goes like this. It is 4 proportions of rice. Usually we take dosa rice or idli rice, which is slightly starchy for better results, and to that we need to add 1 proportion of sabudana. So here I've taken 4 cups of rice, and I'll be adding 1 cup of sabudana here. So all these go into the container, and we need to thoroughly wash this 3 to 4 times till you get clear water. And this needs to be soaked for about 12 hours. So how I usually plan this activity is, in the morning I wash and keep it for soaking. So till about night I let it soak, and then we can proceed with the next steps as I show you. So here the soaking is done. So this is after about 12 hours. Now you can see they're well soaked. We need to grind this now into a dosa batter consistency. So that's the next step. I'm adding the soaked rice and sabudana into a mixie container. So the consistency would be something like a dosa batter here. You can see that in a sec. This sandge is quite popular, and it can be made in multiple flavors. So this is also called rose petal sandge by kids because it looks like rose petals once it gets fried. And you can give multiple flavors to this. It's a very versatile kind of sandge. Now the batter is ground and the paste is ready. You can see this is how it turns out to be. So we do the same procedure for all the quantity of rice that was soaked. The batter is ready now. What we have to do is we have to add water to this, and we have to kind of cook this paste now so that it comes to a consistency where we can make sandge or frams. Okay, now what is the consistency of water that we need to add to this while starting is, the simplest way to remember is just take the paste that we have ground, right? That can be less than quarter of the container that you are taking in which you're going to boil, and the rest of the container add water. So that would be pretty much the right proportion to start with. Okay, at any point of time you feel it's getting too, because it also depends on the starchiness of the rice that you have taken, the water proportion can be a little this side or that side. Okay, so once you have this, we have started. Now it's on the stove is switched on, and we have started cooking this mixture. So this part of the clip I have left it unedited because I just wanted to show you different stages that comes while you're cooking this. As you can see, there are lumps getting formed in this mixture now. So don't worry, that is part of the cooking process here. Once the rice and the sabudana gets cooked, these lumps they'll disappear. They become a smooth paste, but initially you would face such lumps. So just keep stirring continuously, and make sure that you're using a thick bottom vessel for this, and the bottom is scraped well as you're mixing it. So this is what it happens as it gets cooked. So you can see that you will feel that lumps are getting formed, but keep stirring. And in some time you can see how smooth the paste is going to become. For making any kind of sandge or hapla, the 3 steps that you have to remember is, the ingredients need to be soaked well, they need to be cooked well, and they need to be dried well. So these are the 3 pointers to make good hapla or sandge. Okay, so right now you can see that the lumps are reducing and the paste is getting uniform. So this is what we need to achieve. You can also get a glassy or a waxy texture to this mixture. That also indicates that the mixture is getting cooked and it is getting ready. Okay, so here I'm adding salt to taste, and please make sure that the salt is on the lower side, because once the sandge gets dried, right, it becomes little salty. So better to keep it on a lower side while you're adding salt at this point of time. See, now you don't see any lumps and it's almost completely smooth. So as I said, what I usually do is in the morning I soak the rice, and at the night I prepare this mixture and keep, and the next morning I make the sandges. By planning this way, the mixture gets cooled down overnight. It becomes easy for you to handle the mixture, because usually sandge and all is made in large quantities, so handling the vessel or the mixture when it's hot is quite difficult. So cook it and leave it overnight, and the next day early morning we can dry the sandges, shape them into sandges. I'll show you how we can do that. And then the entire day you get good sunlight and they dry well. So it's almost done here, the batter or the paste for sandge. So what happens is, when you see this, right, it becomes quite thick later on, but if you have cooked it well, you can add water directly and adjust the consistency while we are shaping the sandgesa. So this is almost done here. You can see that there are no more lumps. That is one sign that it is cooked well, and you can kind of get a glassy or a waxy finish to this. So the cooked batter is ready. This is after some time. Now comes to the flavoring part of it. There are multiple ways. Here what you're seeing is I've added onion and green chilies finely chopped and adding it to this. So this will be our onion flavored akki sandge. The other flavors I'm going to tell you, one is hing and jeera, that is a classic combination, and one more would be just salt, which also tastes good. So these are usually the classic combinations. I've also seen people adding tomato paste and making tomato sandge out of it. That also will be good. If you're doing tomato flavored, you can add red chili powder. That adds to the color also. Okay, so this is the next day morning. You can see it's become quite cakey here. That's why I said if you have soaked and cooked well, to the batter you can directly add water and make sure that the consistency is good enough so that we can shape the sandges up. Now I'm just adding little bit water because it is quite cakey here. Just adjusting the consistency. This is the next day morning when the mixture is totally cooled down, and it's easier for me to handle the sandge hittu also here. Okay, so now you can see I'm just mixing it up. Here there are multiple ways. You can use a spoon. Just take a spoonful of this batter and you can shape it up, or the easier way that I find is just shaping it up using your fingers as you saw me doing it. That also is quicker. So all the sandges are done now. They are left for drying. So this is how the the dried sandge looks like. So it needs to be this brittle. If you just break it, it breaks into pieces, and usually it takes about 2 days of good sunlight for it to get dried completely. Now we are frying the sandges just to show you. This is an awesome accomplishment for any meal, a tea time snack, a healthy one, and it works out quite economical if you do it at home. So hardly any ingredients, and summer is at its peak, so the right time to try it out. Please give it a try and let me know your feedback. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, take care.